Hello guys, hope everyone is good. I've decided to do a quick video, a trade breakdown on GU. I took it on Monday. Yes, I took it on Monday during London session. It's a nice 1 to 27. The first trade was taken around this area, and the stop loss was 3 pips, and the second one had the stop loss of 1.5 pip stop loss. Without the waste of any time, guys, let's get to the charts. My trade was based on this structure, this bullish order flow. When I opened the charts, it was during Asian session. You see, we are currently bullish, and we have this trend line below and this trend line above. So if I expect the price to continue the bullish order flow, it has to take care of a liquidity below before manipulating the liquidity to the upside. So the price was around this area. It created this relative equal lows, and I had this point of interest, of which I refined to M1, and it's a good point of interest. You see, remember, this is where a bullish leg started. So you see, every demand below was taken care of. So this was the only one that was left unmitigated, and it's the one that swept this liquidity before this impulsive move to the upside. So guys, it's a nice point of interest or point of entry, and it's at the discounted price. So if the price had to go even by 2 pips below, we had to change our bias, because there's no packet of demand that's still open below this one. And by the time this point of entry was mitigated, the price had already manipulated this trend line. So let's go to 1 minute. Before the price reached our point of interest, excuse me guys, you see it started to accumulate, creating a fake, what do they call this, break and retest, yes, and the price continued creating these lows, and after that it went to the upside after mitigating this M1 point of interest. And I had these two point of interest, this one and this one. Yes, well, let me activate trade history. Oh yes, I had a first trade after the price rejected this point of interest, and I entered around this area, and put the stop loss below this wick, and I had a reaction of 1:6. Yes, 1:6. And when the price reversed or returned to this point of interest or point of entry, I placed another order, of which it's not a good idea to actually place another trade while the first trade is still I haven't broken even for the first trade. Yes. So it took me out, this one and this one, and I tried to enter the third entry and the fourth one. Yes, and finally I got this one, the stop loss. Yes, the stop loss was 3 pips, I remember. I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 losses before I got this one. But the better entry was around this area, where I had 1.5 pip stop loss. Yes, 1.5 pip stop loss. And yeah, after 20 minutes, yes, the price had already was around here, and I was fine to take this internal high. Guys, sometimes internal structure, it's important, but to a certain extent. But yes, internal structure, it's very important, and because I didn't want to wait to take out this high, because the price took out these equal highs. You see these equal highs, and took out this liquidity. So I was fine to take out 1:27. This first trade, it's had yeah, 9 risk reward, and this one had 18 risk reward. In which it's 27. 1:27. A good trade for the week. You see, guys, first of all, we took structure into consideration, because, guys, structure is king, and then it's liquidity. You see, there's this trend line below and this trend line above. You see, we have these equal highs, which means for an upside liquidity we have these equal highs, we have this trend line. For downside liquidity we have this trend line and these equal lows. And if we go to M1, after the manipulation of this M5 trend line, we created this M1 trend line. So we manipulated, give a bit of a reaction, and continue to the downside, manipulating these relative equal lows, and also went on to create this upside liquidity and this downside liquidity, of which this upside liquidity and this downside liquidity were both liquidated before the price created another upside liquidity. And guys, I did mention in my previous video that's the form of liquidity that is mostly used are trend lines. Trend line liquidity is literally everywhere. So yes guys, hope you like this trade breakdown. If you have comments, please feel free and suggestion. You see, I had 5 losses before I got this one 2027, but overall, after deductions, after I deduct these 5 losses, I still have, I think it's 1:22. Yes, a good risk to reward. I've decided to actually continue trade like this until I found consistency. If I can at least a week get a trade like this, even if it's not 1:27, at least 1:20, yeah, it should be enough. Maybe after 5 losses I catch 1:20, after 3 losses or 2 losses I catch 1:10. It's actually good because I have a statistical edge over the market. My win rates may be horrible, but statistically I have an edge. So guys, to avoid recording a bit longer video, hope you'll enjoy this video guys. I will drop the next one in next week. Cheers.